I got laid off a few months ago. Let's talk about it. Sorry I haven't been posting in a while. Thank you for subscribing if you have while I wasn't posting. I got more time to post now. After I got laid off, I noticed people approaching me, coming at me in a very cautious, supportive, touchy-feely manner, which is really nice, but I do feel weird about it. I think our society thinks of getting laid off as this super traumatic, tragic event, and it truly can be that, but I just didn't resonate as much with it. I don't think it has to be like that for everyone. In this video, I want to share my feelings going throughout the past few months after getting laid off, my outlook on things. If you got laid off or if you're worried about it, I don't think it's necessarily about feeling better or avoiding getting laid off at all costs. I think it's more about understanding how you fit into the context of the economy, of your company, best preparing yourself emotionally and financially to handle it. There's 4 things I want to hit, and number 1 is time capping some time to process. After getting laid off, I fortunately had okay savings and a solid severance package that let me take some time to process what happened and what I want to do next. But my initial instinct was not to think about anything. It was to snap into action and to not process at all. My ego was like, yeah, I saw this coming. I was tracking the markets. I knew how our company was doing. I knew this was possible. It was a startup. I knew this was always a risk. I'm realizing now that just ego protection. I think I was a bit surprised and shocked. There's a bit of an emotional trap here. To not feel anything at all and act right away to protect your ego is one extreme. And on the other extreme is to have no time cap and to constantly be reflecting, navel gazing for way too long, that you just get stuck in this rut and then you're used to it. Set a time cap for yourself. Depending on your financial situation, this may have to be as short as a weekend and as long as a few months. But it shouldn't be 0, and it shouldn't be this vague eventually. I've made both mistakes. When I shut down my startup, I jumped into a different job way too quick because I didn't like this feeling that my last at bat was a failure. I wish I had taken a beat to be okay with the failure, be more thoughtful about my situation, needs, next steps. That would have saved me a lot of time, money, and thrashing because I joined the role, got good pay, but then left in 6 months because it wasn't moving me towards my actual long-term goals. On the other end, I've also spent too long navel gazing. Spending way too long soul searching, dipping my toes into this and that without a specific end goal in mind. That lack of structure was the least motivated and happy I ever was in life. I'm pretty sure I was mildly depressed. Even if you feel unsure, after a few months, it's important to just pick something and take action because it's likely that more time thinking about it isn't the answer in that scenario. You're just scared to fail big again in your mind. You're strong enough to get back up. And a lot of times it's not more time thinking with the same data set that will help you. It's about taking action and getting more data from yourself and the world that'll help you. I find physically going to a different space is very helpful, preferably somewhere remote in nature or suburbs. Somewhere there isn't too much stimulus where you can be overstimulated. I love weekend camping trips and hikes for this. This time I went back to Korea to see family for a month. That was amazing. I'd also recommend spending time with people outside of your industry or rat race. I think other white collar yuppies low-key have this pity or this sense of acknowledging that you took an L. I don't think that energy is that helpful. Number 2 is that your job is not just your salary. I get stuck in this mistake all the time. For many people, it may be identity, your community, your healthcare, definitely, your daily structure, discipline, your self-worth, your sense of security, meaning, and purpose in life. For white-collar workaholics, it's kind of our church and religion, honestly. So it's no wonder it feels like a ton of bricks for many people when they get laid off. It's no wonder we have trouble leaving a job that we say we hate and can't stand. Thankfully, I learned this lesson the first time I left corporate America to work on my own startup. I wasn't being ripped out of the corporate matrix for the very first time, so it was a lot less jarring. It was honestly the first time I even realized that I had these needs. Without them, I wasn't happy or very high functioning. For example, community is not something that I had built up myself in the past. It was always done for me through school. This was also the same in college, then through banking and through Hulu, through Clubhouse. There was always people my age that I could be super hard focused on work at and then also hang out with, shoot the shit about, talk about the news, talk about video games, go out to the bar on the weekend. When you get laid off, subconsciously, you know that you lost this. And when you don't actively put it into practice to rebuild it, you are missing something that you need, and you're less happy, less productive, less effective in the goals you want to reach in life. So the takeaways here, there's twofold. One is you should understand that you didn't just lose your salary. You may have also lost a sense of community, security, identity, purpose, daily discipline. And that's tough. So cut yourself some slack. But then also moving forward, it may be a signal that you should start to build that on your own outside of the corporate system. This will give you more leverage and clarity as you negotiate, as you go through your job, so that you don't feel like you're beholden to the company for all of your needs. Think about it this way. Have you noticed this very low anxiety, chill person at work that is never pressed? And sometimes they miss happy hour or a team outing to hang out with their own friends. A lot of times these people are top performers because they can think more clearly since they don't have all their life's eggs in one corporate basket. Number 3 is the difference between performance, dispensability, and self-worth. You get fired because of your performance. You get laid off because you are dispensable. Neither of these is a reflection of your self-worth. However, it doesn't mean that you're special just the way you are and you should not change at all. These are just simply signals. If you're fired, it may be a signal that you need to work on performing better or improving your skill sets. Or it may mean you need to improve your self-advocacy skills, perception, or just find a better fitting company. If you're laid off, to be honest, a lot of that is macroeconomics and out of your hands. But you're not off the hook. It's still a signal that you may improve your understanding of the economy overall, how your employer fits into the context of the economy, and how your role fits into the context of your company. Ask yourself, how core is your function and skill set to the survivability of your next company? Improve your understanding of your dispensability to a company and calibrate your savings, your commitment to the company, and how much you want to bend over backwards to the company. For example, I was a finance and biz operations guy at a pre-product market fit tech startup. I knew I was dispensable. There was no way they were going to keep me but lay off PMs and engineers. Was I emotionally caught off guard? Yes. Was I financially and logistically prepared? Yeah. Number 4 is grounding in gratitude. Not everyone resonates with this, but everyone should try it. A layoff is an unexpected loss, whoever you are, but there are real costs and opportunity costs. Real costs are if you have mortgages to hit, you just moved cross country and the job you moved for laid you off. You have dependents and kids and medical bills. If this is you, I'm really sorry. That's a tough freaking situation. And I don't think I can pretend I know exactly what that's like. Please leave a comment to let us know what you're going through and how you're feeling. I'd love to get some perspective. I think for a lot of people in our 20s, it's more about opportunity cost loss. I could be making money right now. This is going to slow down my career advancement. I should have gotten that promotion instead of getting laid off. I've been around long enough to know now that career growth is just not that linear. It's more about consistent exponential growth, just like most things in life. These types of economic cycles don't happen just once in a blue moon. They happen cyclically every 10 years. It will happen to us again. If anything, I think this strengthens us for the future when it happens again. I'm more focused on the long game, and I'm cherishing this time that I can ground, assess my future plans and needs, and strategically plan my own destiny again. That's it. Those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you resonate with and what else you'd like to hear from me on this channel. Thanks.